In the UK, 8 men and 1 woman were paid to take part in the research, which was over 6 months. And BBC London's Harry reporter, Harry reporter, he is our reporter, Harry Lowe, has more.
Sleeping rough is a daily reality for thousands of Londoners. But where they go each day has remained a mystery until now. 1 woman and 8 men were given one of these trackers at the start of the study. They're incredibly light, they're waterproof, and crucially their battery life lasts for up to a week. Dr. Jogie's led the research and was surprised by the results.
The homeless don't rest. The tracker moved constantly. It was very difficult to see where they had moments of quiet rest. And when we asked them to take us to some of the places that they go to, they showed us the lengths that they would go to get just mental quiet time.
You know, they could sleep under here because it's under a shelter.
Andy is one of the team which runs Sutton Night Watch, supporting homeless people in South London.
It is a big game changer. The data from it has given us a better indication of where the rough sleepers are going, where they're spending more time. So that enables us to try and tailor better support for them in that area. It's amazing the amount of miles they walk. You know, just to find somewhere safe to put their head down for the night.
Doing this work has really changed me because I think I left with the message of understanding anyone can become homeless. Life can change very quickly, and being able to take this technology and this innovation and see people change their opinion, I think there's a lot of hope for what we can do with this type of research.
Well, I'm joined now by Dr. Melissa Jogie, who led the research. A very good morning to you, Dr. Melissa.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. This is fascinating. I wonder why this project has come about and what's the benefits of knowing the movements of homeless people. Have we got you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I was just asking the benefits and why we want to know this information.
Oh, the benefits are tremendous. With the research we have on homelessness is largely told through the experiences people have on the streets. So often people won't tell you because they're either ashamed or they're too tired. But what we have done with this study is capture the story of how they spend their time through motion. And this gives us so many more insights on questions that we can ask and how we can provide support. And we understand with a lot more detail now the barriers to getting help.
Okay, and you're based in Roehampton, and I wonder why it was so important for you to carry out the project in London specifically.
So London, the statistics for London are, the recent one shows that 1 in 21 people in London experience homelessness. The numbers are very, very high. And I had a relationship with Sutton Night Watch. And it was through them that I was able to really see firsthand experience of people rough sleeping, in terms of the stories that they were not able to share. And I just got struck with this idea that, if there must be another way with all of our innovation and our technology to understand what they're experiencing. So I set up the study as a trial, and since it's never been done before, we had to really just open it out to understand, could we do this safely, and what would we find?
And the movement, tell me what you did find, apart from how much they move, which I find remarkable. That's such a restless lack of any kind of relaxing, but also speaks to fear. And I mean, it's so devastating to hear how much those people are moving and not stopping.
Oh, absolutely. Well, in addition to movement, what we got was like, if you imagine your sat nav, where you see like lines of how you move up and down, we got heat maps, which showed how long someone would stay. So the trackers collected data every 30 seconds. So we were really able to understand spaces that were frequented. Over the course of the 3 months that one person was followed, we asked them each month, we picked an area of the map that looked like it had curious movement. And we would say to them, can you take us here and tell us the story? So we did a walking interview where they led us through the area for about 30 minutes and we took photos. And it is within this story we started to understand like the anxieties of using the toilet. So something that seems really simple and a basic need for everyone else who lives in an average home, there was a lot of anxiety about if I go in there, can I get permission to use this space? If I mess myself, can I get cleaned up? When I leave, will someone be waiting for me outside the door? And this really heightened. We uncovered so many of the basic needs that were extremely problematized with a lot of anxiety for people rough sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, just to hear you talk about it is devastating. So many people can't imagine that experience, and sadly, too many people are living that experience. Dr. Melissa, what will you do with this research now? What happens next?
So there are two things, really. One, it would be to continue working with charities like Sutton Night Watch. I think there is scope here for us to work with people who work with vulnerable groups like this and help them understand how they, as a hub, can use this kind of technology to have better evidence-informed practices of how they meet the needs of these people. And secondly, it would be to collectively try and instigate further areas for making recommendations to the government. It's really refreshing in the King's speech to hear that there is a strong commitment to end the Vagrancy Act or to make changes in terms of the laws and how we want to promote helping and dealing with this challenge as a national issue. So I believe that there will be a new insight that I can offer policymakers to just think about how to create more silent spaces, how to understand the barriers to support.
Yes. Well, it's truly fascinating, and I hope, Dr. Melissa, we can talk again. But thank you this morning for coming on the programme.
Thank you very much.